Okay, student, now let's see the fourth sum. Okay, y equal to tan inverse sin x divided by 1 plus cos x. Now this is slightly different example. Here we have to use some formulas. Okay, sin x and 1 plus cos x, these are two different functions. So we have their different formula also that we have already seen in trigonometric chapter, right? So sin x, we know formula of sin x is 2 sin x by 2 into cos x by 2. This is called half angle formula, right? 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2. This is the formula for sin x. Similarly, we have formula for 1 plus cos x also, right? What is the formula of 1 plus cos x? That is 2 cos square x by 2. Formula for 1 plus cos x is 2 cos square x by 2, right? Now this total fraction, this 2 and 2 we can cancel out. Cos x by 2 and 1 cos x by 2, from numerator denominator we can cancel out. So what we left? Sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2. Sin by cos is nothing but tan x by 2, right? Now outside the bracket tan inverse is always there, so this tan inverse we can write as it is. Sin by cos become tan x by 2, right? So tan inverse we can cancel with tan, so what we left? X by 2 only, right? So your new defined function is y equal to x by 2, right? Now we have to differentiate this y function. So derivative of y is dy by dx. 2, that is in the denominator, it means 1 by 2 is constant term, and x, derivative of x is just 1. So 1 by 2 into 1 is 1 by 2. This is the derivative of this total function, right? Now similarly, the next sum, y equal to tan inverse under root 1 minus cos x upon 1 plus cos x. We redefine this root function. So 1 minus cos x upon 1 plus cos x will write here. We have different formula for both the terms. Formula for 1 minus cos x is 2 sin square x by 2. 1 minus cos x formula is 2 sin square x by 2. And formula for 1 plus cos x is 2 cos square x by 2, right? So this 2 and 2 will get cancelled, right? Sin inverse upon cos inverse is nothing but sin square upon cos square is nothing but tan square, and x by 2 will be as it is. Done. Now this 1 minus cos x upon 1 plus cos x term, this term is in root sign, right? So we'll take square root on both sides of this. So 1 minus cos x upon 1 plus cos x, their root, and root of this term will be just tan x by 2, because square root of tan square will be tan only, right? So tan x by 2. So this total term we can replace by tan x by 2. So how will you redefine the function? Y equal to tan inverse tan x by 2. This tan inverse as it is from this tan inverse. So tan inverse as it is, this total term replaced by this tan x by 2. Now tan inverse and tan we can cancel out. So what we left? X by 2 only, right? So function is y equal to x by 2, right? Now we have to differentiate x by 2 only. Derivative of y is dy by dx. 1 by 2 from this constant as it is, and derivative of x is just 1. So is equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into 1 is just 1 by 2. So derivative of y, that is dy by dx, is just 1 by 2. Okay. Now see, this is the difference of example number 6. Y equal to cos inverse 3 cos x minus 4 sin x upon 5. Now we can see that 5 is common denominator of both the terms in the numerator. So what we'll do? We'll separate this denominator for both terms in the numerator, right? So first term in the numerator is 3 cos x. So how will you write? 3 by 5 cos x, because this 5 you can write under the denominator of 3 also, right? Similarly 4 sin x upon 5 we can write 4 by 5 sin x, right? Now if you take 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 and if you square them and if you add them, squaring and adding, so 3 by 5 square plus 4 by 5 square, that is 9 by 25 plus 16 by 25 is equal to 1, because 9 plus 16 is 25. 25 by 25 becomes 1. So what we assume here, 3 by 5 will call it is cos alpha because it is a constant term, we can replace by it constant term. 4 by 5 is sin alpha, but here we don't know what is the value of alpha. Okay, so we assume value of some angle of cos is 3 by 5 and some angle of sin it is 4 by 5. Alright, now if you replace 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 here, so how will you redefine this? Cos inverse as it is, cos x as it is. 3 by 5 we have to replace by cos alpha, so that cos alpha is here. Sin x as it is. 4 by 5 we have to replace by sin alpha, so sin alpha is there, right? Y equal to cos inverse cos x cos alpha minus sin x sin alpha. Can you see it making some formula here? Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Is it formula of cos A plus B? Correct? So cos x plus alpha, that is A plus B, cos x plus alpha, right? So outside cos inverse and this cos will be cancelled out. So what we left? Only x plus alpha. Y equal to x plus alpha. This is your new redefined function. Now we can easily differentiate this. Derivative of y is dy by dx. Derivative of x is just 1. And alpha was a constant, so their derivative is 0. So your final answer is just 1. Okay. Okay, student. Now see the new point. Derivative of inverse trigonometric function using substitution method. Why we use this substitution method? Sometimes we could not find out the derivative of some function directly. So at that time, to make our function easier to simplify, we use this substitution method. So what are the substitution? When we can use this substitution method and what are their parameters to use this substitution? So we'll see that parameters and their substitution in this chart. Suppose you have expression in the form of root a square minus x square. A will be any constant number in all these formulas. Okay. Suppose you have any function or expression in the form of root a square minus x square. At that time, we have to use this substitution. We have to replace x by a sin theta or a cos theta. It is depends on our example. We'll see that in example which substitution we have to use. Second, root a square plus x square. When we have expression in the form of root a square plus x square, then we use this substitution x equal to a tan theta or a cot theta. Correct? Similarly, we have third one, root x square minus a square. Their substitution is x is equal to a sec theta or a cosec theta. Number 4 is if you have root a minus x and a plus x, for both the cases, we'll use substitution x is equal to a cos theta or x equal to a cos 2 theta. Next, when we have 1 minus 2x square, when we have 1 minus 2x square, their substitution is x is equal to sin theta. Okay. When we have 2x square minus 1, their substitution x equal to cos theta. When we have 2x upon 1 minus x square, 2x upon 1 plus x square, 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, for all these three expressions, we have to use only one substitution, that is x equal to tan theta. Okay, so this is the chart of expression and their corresponding substitution. Okay, now we'll move to the example and we'll use this substitution in solving the example. Okay.